Alright guys, wow, it's been a while, I guess. Everybody here is sleeping. This is the new truck that we got today because he wouldn't let it go, and I didn't want to make scenes in the supermarket. It's a kid's shop. We got diapers from there, and like diapers and loads of diapers, and they have in Japan, I'll show you, they sell those really cute, and for me it's useful, this kind of thing. Okay, this is as you can see, a little basket, and in that basket there are fruits, and I think there's a knife inserted, so you cut the fruit into two, and you can stick it back together. So we got that one with fruits, and we got this one too with vegetables. That one comes with vegetables in a pot, I think. Yeah, there's a pot. And so we got, it says the elements of what's inside. So I thought, last night I've had it, and the reason I bought, they're like about $9 each. Last night I was cooking dinner, and I was really like inspired. I saw this recipe on the internet, and the recipe was actually with the measurements were in Bulgarian, and it's on Facebook, so I was like really excited. So I decided to try it, and so I did. But then, and those little ones, when they see me cooking, every time it's like, for them it's like time for rascaling, so they have to go and they open all the drawers under the stove where I cook, and they take all the bowls out, and all the pans, and the shapes for cakes, and like everything, like molding chocolate chips, everything that they can get, like those pans for steamed vegetables, everything out. And they go inside one by one because there's no space for both of them, too much stuff to take out. And so, and they cry and they scream and they fight, and they take all the balls, and I give them a spatula or to pretend cooking. So I was like, that's it. I have to find those plastic things that I've seen them in the primary room in church. And quite honestly, my other 3 kids growing up, like when they were very small, they were also playing with them at church on Sunday. So it was really fun. So I was like, that's it, I have to have it. And it was not that expensive. I thought it would be more, actually. And so there was another basket with cake and hamburger and like those kind of things, but I was like, I'll just get 2 because there are 2 of them, and so they can switch. And I assume there's only 1 knife in the basket, so I just got 2. And so tonight when I start cooking, they will just sit on the floor next to me there, and I'll ask one of the boys to help them and start cooking with mommy, so they know it's cooking time. Seriously guys, it's just, and they're not getting any smaller. They're really looking for to reach new places that they don't know in the house, and they demand more attention, and they want to run out and be on their own a little bit more, which I don't mind, but they need supermotions too, because they just go and bust my garden and harvest the tomatoes still green, and it's just I love them so much. But every time my little guy comes with the avocado out of the dirt, just with the root hanging there, I was like, I just want to smack him, but I just love him. But I do tell him it's not right, it's not the right thing to do. Well, yeah, anyway, so did some shopping for them to keep their hands, and then this guy just grabbed that truck which was in that box. I literally ripped like a barbarian because I couldn't wait to just to get it out so he can have it, because he wouldn't let the box go. He just holds on to the box. And so yeah, he's a guy, he likes all his trucks and trains and fire trucks and whatever. He literally took all the boxes, all those things that were in boxes, he took them out of the shelf. And so I had to leave everything and sit down with him and put everything back in the shelves, because who does that? Like, and there are 2 of them. So this is what happened. I took the stroller with me, And I was like, I'll go to this shop for, you know, baby kid stuff, and I will just let them walk around so they can get tired and they can sleep after a snack. So I just got them some kind of cookies, I don't know, healthy cookies with, I don't know what is it, it's calcium whatever in it, from that same shop. So they munched something, they drank some juice, and then they fell asleep. So when they wake up now, I'll feed them lunch soon, later, whenever we come home. But I was like, yeah, let's go without a stroller. And I was thinking, you know, I'm gonna get those 2 bags of diapers, which is the cheapest diapers. It's called Mami Poco. I'll show you guys. It's really cute. It's with Doraemon, a character, anime and a character. So this is Mami Poco. This is L size, and they're 44 plus 2, so there's 26 diapers inside, and they are type pants, because it's easy to rip on the sides. Like, I think I had a whole video about that before to explain to you why I like this one better than the tape one. It's really easy. They could be standing up holding onto the couch, and I just rip on the sides and roll it up, and whatever there is inside, pee, or if there's poo, I just go and wash them with water in the bathroom, because in the summer they get lots of rashes. And so I just powder them to death. I just powder their bumps to white, and so that I can avoid. So I get 2 of those. One of those bags lasts me for literally 2 or 3 days, because there are 2 of them, and they drink a lot and they pee a lot, and it's just not good to keep their pee on their skin, gets rashed. Anyway, so we go there, and at first they were following me because, you know, they don't feel comfortable, they don't know where they are, and I don't really take them to shops with me. Today was the first day, like, I thoroughly took them with me everywhere I go. And so we're walking around, and they see t-shirts and shorts, like, and pants for like little kids, and then there's Mickey, there's Minnie, there's like dinosaurs and fruits, really cute clothes. And then they went to the shoes, and then, you know, you see how she has those shoes, those are for my sister. She sent it to me, so they're like shiny. So Kalea right now, she loves them because they're shiny, they have shiny on them, and they're big on her, but that's okay. And this baby guy, his shoes are big on him too. By the way, about those shoes, they're Adidas. I don't know when we got them, but those shoes, you guys, I saw my firstborn with them, and like Facebook was reminding me, how many years ago? 9 years ago. I was he was 2 then, and he was going to nursery school for the first time, and he was with those very shoes. This guy's not even 18 months yet, and he's already wearing them. I'm like, what? Well, they're a bit big on him, but, you know, he will fill them up next summer very well, I think. And so, yeah, they're 11 years old, I guess, those shoes, or 9 years old. Adidas is good, huh? Durable. And so anyways, so we go to that shop behind me, and I call it rabbit shop because it has like a rabbit on it. I don't know if you can see it, but and so we go there, and they start walking around, and then they see all the shoes, those shiny shoes that I showed you with the girl. But they had like Anna and Elsa and Olaf shoes, and they're like so sparkly. Everything's plastic, and they're like really easy to bend, but they were so gorgeous and sparkly. And they started taking them one by one, pair by pair, down on the floor. I'm like, no, we put it back. So there were 2 toddlers taking things down, and 1 adult putting them back in. So guess who wins? Of course the toddlers win, because there are 4 little naughty hands, and there's just 2 of mine. So yeah, I was like, okay, I think that's the last time I'm just letting you go loose around. But that was not the end. That was just the beginning. They were warming up, when I was like, let me just take them through the toy section. Big mistake. They started pushing all the buttons of all the toys, like those Fisher and Price, those really cool toys that are like super expensive, but they have like it can be a wagon, it can be like rolling things and pushing buttons, singing in English and in Japanese. That's really cool nowadays. Like, it's not only in Japanese, they say the thing in English and in Japanese, so it's really cool. So My baby girl sat down with those books that you open the book and you push buttons and it sings, and she loves those things. She loves books, and she loves books that sing even more. It's really cute. But I look at the price and I was like, ooh, not that cheap at all. Like, so I got them those two things, and I was hoping each of them will hold one of them. But this guy, when he started with the tracks, like putting them on the floor from the shelf, I was like, that's it, so good. And my baby girl and I were helping him putting them back, and he got this one box. And when I got her one of the cutting vegetables thing, she was holding that one and I was holding the other one, and the boxes and the bags of diapers. But his hands were already full. He didn't want to hold the other basket with the cutting fruits. He had already this box with the car with the truck inside, and I was like, no, okay, we put this down and we get what mommy got. And he's like, like, he shook his head and he just didn't let go of that thing until the cashier beeped it. And I was like, oh my gosh, that thing was like, what, 12-13 bucks? No, never go with them again like that. They have to be striped on the stroller. That's it. I learned my lesson. And I had to get them like the stuff, because the one at home are really worn out. They are for 9 months and older, but like they get worn really out really fast. There are two of them here for their bottles, the night bottles. And so yeah, that was basically what I was coming out for. I was coming out for this stuff and for this stuff, but then I saw the toys with the cutting veggies, and then he got the truck, and we ended up spending 60 bucks there. It is what it is. And I always watch it, and I always I'm careful with how I spend our money, but sometimes I get them things for my sanity, so that their attention is elsewhere, so that I can do my chores around the house. Because quite honestly, when the older kids get home, they do their homework and they just end up being on their devices, like a Nintendo Switch or YouTube or whatever. And then it's just always me with the babies, right? And so it's very lonely yet busy experience kind of thing. And you know, my oldest jumps in recently more than the other two to help, but that's after he's satisfied with his YouTube watching and Fortnite playing, and after he's satisfied his needs, then he comes and help. I guess that's how men's brain works. I'm learning a lot from them and their way of thinking and attitude, because guys are mystery to me. I just never grew up with one around, so now I'm surrounded by them. But yeah, yeah, I can see how my baby girl, she likes books more. Like her brother will come around, and if she's reading something or like looking at the pictures of something, of course she can read it. He would come around and he would just try to grab it from her hands, and I would just put another book in his hand. So, but you know, he just wants to do what he's doing. She's doing it at the same time, and I try to explain to them that they can play separately in the same spot. And so sometimes they do that successfully, sometimes they just rusk around together. And yeah, my favorite thing is like when I go outside to hang the laundry or just go to the bathroom just real quick to pee, and they're gone. I just hate it so bad. They open the screen doors of the house and just go on the lawn where is the green grass, and they don't really run out of there, but I'm so uncomfortable with that because they could very well. So I just need to constantly have like something there, a barrier for them not to go out, because they will just go and trash my garden too. They go inside of it, and then their feet are so dirty after that. And when they see me, they come right away because they know they did something that if mommy says let's go, then it's okay. But they're just really sneaky that way, and they know they're in trouble, and so when they come inside, they avoid eye contact and they just stick together and they just try to do their own thing, and it's just that's how it is. It's really interesting. Recently, I'm jumping to another topic now. Recently I've been I talked to a friend that we used to go to the same university in Hawaii together, and she's American. And she shared with me that she's filing for divorce, and I was like, what happened? Like, I didn't even quite picture who was her husband, and I really don't remember. I remember her very well, but I don't remember who she married. But I'm not going into details, but like, pretty much he was cheating on her multiple times and getting them into debt, to pay off bills here and there, and probably if they were moving on their own and stuff. So now she has 2 kids, I think. I'm not sure, 2 or 3, I'm not sure. And she lives with her parents right now recently, and she has to take care of probably the debt too, because it was during the marital time. I don't know, but it just made me think, the standards, moral standards. Like, when you go to that university, first of all, you cannot really go and there's certain things you don't do. You don't go and sleep with people left and right. You keep yourself clean until you marry, and you once married to your spouse, you're with your spouse for time and for all eternity. That's what temple marriage is all about. When you belong to the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, there are certain things you don't do, like you don't drink alcohol and tea and coffee and things like that. And those things are not to restrict us. It actually has the opposite effect. It just frees you from things that actually bury you. I mean, I joined the church when I was 20, and I've had my share of drinking and smoking, and I'm not proud of it at all. And it didn't do anything good to my body, and I regret it, and I would never do it if I could turn time back. But when you're surrounded by people like that, so my point is, those are the standards of all the students there. So I assume both of them had the same standards, and then they married and they moved to, I don't know where, in the States somewhere. And I just always wonder how and where do ladies become unattractive to their husbands anymore? Like, I just try to understand. Like, there is a point where, yes, when you start taking care of children, you take less care of yourself. Like, honestly, I should know, because even now, like, I try to put my kids' needs first, because those people depend on me, and I get it. If I don't have time to go wash my hair today, I would go without it. If I don't have time this week to dye my hair and see all the white roots underneath, that's okay. I can wear a hat. Things like that. I rather spend time with them. I rather take them to the park. I don't know, but that's just me, but then that, I don't, and she told me, I don't know, she told me, I don't know what did I do, where did I go wrong, so he can start, going out with other ladies. And it made me think, you guys, really, it did make me think about guys in general. Like, when my mom and my dad divorced, it was not because he was having affairs with other ladies. My parents are really smart and intelligent people. Like, I don't know how to say, like, my parents are not that kind of person that goes, my dad is not like going to drink in pubs and just thinks about ladies. Like, he's not that kind of guy. He's a very learned person, like, very smart person, and he rather goes and has deep conversation with people and go and learn about scientific things, and like, talk about UFOs and things like that. Like, that's my dad, and he likes herbs and herbal remedies, and like, he has his own alphabetical encyclopedias, like he created, because he he learned about the plant, he tasted it, he had it, he grew up, and and he exchanges information with other people who have the same interest too. So he's learned a lot, and I think he has notebooks and notebooks of volumes of them kept. And I think that if I inherit that from him, that will be more precious and treasure for me than money or land or any of that, because he took the time to do it, and to, I don't know, for me anyway. So my parents are not like going and thinking about their affairs and things like that. So I don't really know, like, when guys start looking elsewhere and why. Because quite honestly, if you created life with your partner that you actually took time to court with, you know what I mean? Like, if a guy likes a lady and he's crazy about her, he would spend time, he would spend money, he would take out of his he would do the extra step, that he would make efforts to impress her, to be with her, to get her this and that, to encourage her, to, you know what I mean? And he just becomes that emotional support that slowly the lady starts trusting and liking, and wants to spend more time with that kind of person. So that's courting, right? So when that stops is, I think, when the children come, quite honestly. Because when children come, what happens is, a lady, she takes care of the husband, right? She takes care of the partner, does his laundry, makes his meals, washes the dishes, takes care of the house chores. That doesn't change. That doesn't change at all. Like, ladies would do that with kids, without kids, even without a partner. Like, a lady would never live in a mess. I there are all kinds of ladies, but my point is, you're a caregiver kind of thing. I mean, even if you're having your own family, you take care of your nieces and nephews, and and so I don't know. When the kids come, I know when my kids started coming, I mean, when my first kid came, I was just in love to the moon and back, you guys. I was in love with that baby boy, and I didn't let him go. I didn't want to go to the bathroom to pee, just because I just wanted to spend every minute with him. And quite honestly, my husband was I think he was really mesmerized by the first kid. I think he spent more time with him than all of the others altogether. But eventually, for the man, I think, becomes like, oh, another kid, oh, I know how things are done, like, oh, I know how to change diapers now, or without gagging, and oh, I know what they need when they're tired, when they're sleepy, kind of like. But the mom is like, she adores them. Every mom adores her children. Even if you put in an adoption, you still adore your kid. It came from you. It's like, you feel that baby has been feeling your heartbeat. You have been feeling the kicks and the pushes and the hiccups and everything inside. And just, there's this bond before they even born, and you can't change that. That's how it is. And so there's this connection, and probably the guys feel like, oh, well, she now loves the babies more than me, that kind of thing. But here's what happens, you people. This is what happens. You're worn out of your mind. You're recovering from the birth. You go through those postpartum depression things that are very real. And some people, even if they tell me they don't have it, they probably have had it, but they just try to brush it off and to keep on with life, like, be busy because that's my first baby, so I can do it. Yeah, sure. I got it the hardest with my third one. And with those two, I'm just still in a state of inadequacy, because I'm still learning how to deal with two at the same time. So, but with my third was the worst. I remember my sister left, and I just cried and cried and cried and cried and cried. I was terrified to have three at the same time, and they were 1 year apart each. So so tired. That's, what is it called? Sleep deprivation, deprived for years. Not being able to take care of yourself much. Eating whatever. Honestly, making sure they eat first. And sometimes when they are fed and they're satisfied, I feel satisfied because they're satisfied, so I just skip the meal because I don't know, I just have to go and do with whatever with them. And so sometimes they skip meals throughout the years, and you cannot really sit down and enjoy a meal anyways, because somebody will drop something, somebody will smash something, I don't know, something happens. So I never really remember having, maybe between the third one and the twins, there was time when I actually would sit down and eat with them and talk and enjoy and the meal and the taste and the flavors. Now it's like no can do, and quite honestly I just grab whatever's from their plates. So that's why I eat the last, because whatever is left from everybody who doesn't eat mushrooms, who didn't finish their rice, who did that, who didn't eat that, I mean, I just get like the good old pig. I would just take everybody's everything and just finish it, and that's it. Yeah. Yeah. So or whatever, or if there's nothing left, then I just have to think of making up something just to fill up my tummy and just move on with, go to bed or move on with the day. Anyway, so I don't know when and where, and because you don't really take care of your body so much, you start, you either gaining weight or become like sickish skinny, or your hair becomes like a homeless person, haven't done your eyebrows or nail I'm not really nails person anyways, or you get the idea. Like makeup, what's that, like with masks now, I don't even care about makeup. What the heck, like I drive with glasses and I have masks, so like if I put something, it will just do damage to my face right now, because it's hot and humid and everything's gonna start infecting my face. So I'm like, no, I don't need makeup either. But I just keep thinking, I think men to some extent are really selfish people. They very much think about their food. They like good food. I mean, I'm not gonna even start telling you guys about Japan and TV shows and how close the camera comes to the shaking chopsticks holding the food, and how shiny and how yummy and fatty and glossy it looks like. It's just amazing. And food is very, very important for men. That whenever they said that men's love goes through his stomach, absolutely true and right, no doubts about it. And that, and they would probably take pride to have next to them in the car like a nice lady with like well done hair and lots of nice jewelry and good clothes and shoes and brand bags or whatever. And they would probably take pride out of it. But no, not all ladies have the time and the energy and the capacity to, and even the means to do that. And I would rather invest all my last penny to the kids and just buy them new toy or new cute clothes, rather than, like, I do want to change my clothes, because my clothes are the same summer clothes every year, and same shoes, same everything. But on the other hand, I don't really care. I know it feels good in a piece of new clothes. I know it feels good, and I know it feels good when you went to the hairdresser once a year or twice a year. It does feel good. But yeah, so I don't really know how and when my friend's husband went astray, but like, it's not the first time. There was a guy that served a mission for the church back in Bulgaria, and we kept in contact. His mom even made me a really beautiful, beautiful blanket. I still have it, by the way. It's amazing. It's beautiful and has the colors and they mean things. So he was married to a lady, and they have, I don't know, 4 or 5 kids, and then they got divorced because I somehow talked to his wife, and we befriended each other on Facebook, and we talked a lot, and she told me it was the hardest thing to do, to file a divorce, but he was cheating not only once, and so she kept forgiving, but then it didn't stop. And so I don't know, she married somebody, I guess, nice, who treats her nicely. But see, here's the thing, like I don't know, like once you get burnt like that, I think for a lady, they just get into their shell and they don't trust easily a guy anymore. And it's really hard to trust that somebody can actually love you for who you are, and without judging, without accepting you with all your pros and cons, and your kids as well. It's just that is really hard. Another friend was married as well, and 2 kids, again from the same university, and we studied all together. And he was doing the same thing, cheating. And I mean, she's beautiful and her kids are adorable. I love to see them on Facebook all the time. And she found somebody who actually loves her for who she is, and he takes the kids as his own. I just love that. It takes bravery, but then I just don't know what happens to those guys who cheat on their wives, and then they're looking for a new relationship with somebody, because they realize they're gonna end up on their own, and they're gonna be old, and they're gonna need help, and then they have to stop with their cheating and stuff. I don't understand that. I really don't. Spending your time and energy with somebody else when you have it all at home, I don't get it. I mean, sure, it can be hard at home sometimes too, but like, I think if you communicate clearly and if you make the wrongs right, I think it's possible to go over everything. But just going out and cheating like that, it breaks not only the wife's heart, but it breaks a real relationship with other, like the kids, the in-laws. You lose so many. Some of your friends probably will ditch you because of what he did to your wife. People at church will judge you, and you'll be like the victim. Oh, they don't know how it feels to be me, blah, 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 blah. Well, I don't know. It's just been on my mind a lot, and like I always say, in every situation, no matter what, even if it's my own cousin who got separated. I mean, I have lots of cousins, and for whatever reason, they're not with their partners. Very interesting too. They're not with their partners. None of them is. And there are kids in between them, and even if it's a male cousin I have, I'll be always on the side of the lady. I don't know why. Just because I would relate and I would understand, and they're the ones ending up with the kids anyways. So a guy will never understand that. I'm sorry. Mother-child, that's just very sacred and very beautiful relationship. And I don't know. I'm just, honestly, I'm grateful I'm a lady, and I'm grateful I have 5 beautiful, beautiful souls to call my children. And I hope my goal in life is to just be there for them, and that's it. I just love them to death. I do. No matter how crazy they make me, they're precious to me. I learn a lot from them. Anyways, guys, okay, today's challenge. go grab your kids and kiss them and hug them, because they grow really fast and they slip away really fast. And goodbye from the Sleeping Beauty and the other Sleeping Beauty hiding behind her blankie. And I will be going home and we'll feed them lunch and home. All right, bye.